Hello! If you've landed here, you're in the elephant graveyard of Pride Rock Land. This is rich with unlimited cards. You're way off the beaten track. I am a nobody. Figured we'd go through some more old cards. Just keep it rolling. Alright, what do we got? Actually, I gotta pull off some sleeves here. I want to put it out there that buying into this stuff, you're going to see a lot of older cards here. A few. They're really not worth that much. A lot of these aren't. Actually, almost all of them aren't. Buying these kind of cards for the population out there, you need to understand that it's like buying things on credit. When you buy individual cards, when you buy sealed product, you have to understand that it's like buying on credit. The problem that people have is they buy into these things expecting a return or some kind of growth in a quick time frame, and they end up having to sell them, right? It's like buying on a credit card. When you buy on the credit card, if you're not able to pay it off, you can get screwed really quickly. And so another thing too is like increasing your credit limit, right? You use this to help your psychology. So when you use credit, like not rambunctiously, when you use it, I don't know. What's a good word for this? Responsibly, there we go. Then you're able to use more, right? People see that you have more. They're able to give you more. They trust you more. And you're not screwing over your life. And so buying these cards, literally, most of these cards are just pennies to buy. I just keep buying them because I love them. They're old cards. But you have to understand, like, if you want that status, if you want to be able to have more, you have to show that you can handle it responsibly. I think this would really go for like a lot more expensive cards that people just buy into, and then they don't get the return, and soon you'll be underwater, right? So here we go. Let's look at some cards. We'll start with this beautiful Beta, Howl from Beyond. Look at this baby. Look at that face. That's what I look like when I haven't had coffee in the morning. This one is well loved. You can see. Oh, look at the back of this. Beautiful. This thing was definitely played on a lunch table. Beautiful. These cards right here, this picture, I just wanted to put it out there that this was not acceptable back then. There were a lot of places that did not accept this because this guy looks like a devil. A lot of people are very confused on why alpha and beta are so expensive. And yes, the print runs are low, but people don't play with them as much. Really, frankly, a lot of them just got destroyed. And they got destroyed because of these kind of pictures. They got destroyed because there was devils or symbols or different things that were not okay in school or not okay with religion or not okay with parents and things like that. And so a lot of these cards would get thrown out. All of these cards, in my opinion, alpha, beta, unlimited, first 4 horsemen sets, are undervalued, mostly because the numbers that you see on the screen, you can look up how much is printed. you have to take an amount off, whether that's 20, 30, 40, 50% of like the number out there, and say, hey, there's less, because people simply threw them out. And then natural attrition, floods, fires, things like that. But anyways, keep that there. Let's see what we got. Ooh, beautiful. Hand of Justice, Fallen Empires. This thing's going to the moon. I love this card. Reserve list card. Not worth much, but here you go. Beautiful. Look at that face. He's just looking at you. Tap 3 white creatures to destroy any target creature. Back then, that was probably considered powerful. Nobody cares nowadays. Okay, what else do we have? This is an interesting card. Arabian Nights, Naf's Asp. Don't say that wrong. This card right here is the beginning of Poison. This is where it started, in Arabian Nights. And there's a couple cards, I think there's like some kind of snake basket card in Legends and that does poison as well. These snake cards were definitely, that was a big change in Magic's history. But there you are, Naf's Asp. I was super excited to get that. And then, not as excited with this one, but still a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. Argothian Treefolk. What does this thing even do? Any damage from an artifact is reduced to 0, but it's a 5-drop. Just play the Pixies instead. Beautiful, beautiful antiquities. All right. Then we'll start going into, I have a stack here of Legends cards. Start with the Kobolds. Whatever happened with these? I mean, I think there's like some modern guy, the Rogaka Raka, and he gets played, but no one cares. Someone build a Kobold deck. Show us what you got. I love how they tell you it's a red spell because it's 0. People got confused. That was funny. Anyways, okay. Holy Day. Nice. What is it? Hanukkah in this card? Anyways. Wall of Heat. I love this card. Not that good. 2/6 wall. But I love this card because of the artwork. Absolutely beautiful. Who is this? Richard Thomas. You got it, man. I was kind of excited that I got this here because I've had a German version. I really don't like having foreign cards. And so I'm super happy to have the English version of Teleria. Anything that gives you a color, untapped, and then does something else, even though it has to do with banding, is really good. Banding, super confusing ability. I'll let everybody just kind of look up what that does. That ability has been taken away because no one cares. And yeah, it was a super confusing ability back then. I absolutely love this card. Look at this picture. It looks like something straight out of Halloween 13.6, 722, 400. Instant, pretty cool. And you can reduce all the damage to 0 from a spell. Not really a playable card, but beautiful artwork. Look at this guy. The Shelking Brownie. Beautiful. I love it. Removes banding. You know, banding was a big thing back then. And it really just kind of helped defenders versus just any kind of like attackers or anything like that. But just, once again, super confusing ability. We're not going to play with that anymore. Okay. Immolation. You know, this actually is one of the better cards, in my opinion, of the older set, because simply put, red does not really do this ability. This is kind of outside of its color. So, well, it is in the color. There is a lot of cards that do this kind of thing, but you can actually essentially kind of shock someone or pump up your creature actually kind of powerful in some red decks. Alabaster Potion. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. Look at that. I would love to have that sitting on my desk. Good, I guess a great card. No one ever plays it. Dirkwood Boars. You know, I bought this card because I remember this as a kid. And I used to play with this thing because I was like, it's a 4/4. But for those that don't know, this was a normal thing. So if you had 4 for a 4/4, that was really, really good. Usually there was a downside to it, or it was an artifact. It was kind of considered that, you know, artifact or creature, both of them can get killed, and with 2 different kind of card types. But these kind of creatures, this was normal. 5 for a 4/4. Nowadays, it's like 2 for a 4/4. But, I mean, this is a different time. Glyph of Life. Damage done to target wall by attacking creatures is added to your life point total. That's neat. No one cares because no one plays with walls. So, there you go. Wall of Caltrops. 1 or more walls join to block an attacker, and no other creatures besides wall block the attacker. Too much text. Too much text. But beautiful artwork. I love it. Clergy of the Holy Nimbus. Beautiful. I love it. When clergy are destroyed or take lethal damage, unless the opponent pays 1, they are regenerated. Okay, so something just kind of like keeps going unless your opponent pays a mana. I don't know. I think more people should play that card, but anyways. Okay, and then one last one. This is the one that I was most excited about for Legends. Relic Barrier. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Beautiful. Yeah, just create my pile right here. And then the last one that I'm most excited about here. Urza's Tower. Shore version. You know, I don't have this one. Look at the sunset. Beautiful. I don't have this Tron land, and this completes my set. I have multiples of other ones, but this one completely completes everything. Beautiful, beautiful card. Personally think that with the Tron lands, they are seriously undervalued. They have a lot of utility in Tron decks. I would say, you know, those have a brighter future than any of these other cards, maybe, you know, equal to the Beta card here. Beta probably has a brighter future, but these Tron lands, I think, are undervalued. Yes, they've been reprinted a ton of times, but you don't get the original artwork. And look at this. How would you not want to own this? Look at that. That's my next house. No one really cares about these cards, and I'm just gonna keep buying them because I hang out where nobody does, and I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I am going to keep accumulating, whether they're cheaper or more expensive. They just kind of show up here. I show them on camera, then they get put away in the binders and put away. Eventually accumulating set after set. But if no one cares, I'll be there and I'll be buying. One random little note I noticed. On my store, a lot of people have been buying 4 sets of different cards. A lot of people have been buying like 4 of a card. And there have been different videos on just kind of playing more of modern kind of Magic. No one cares about this, but I thought it was interesting. I'm going to kind of mention it at the end of the video here. There's a lot of people who really are getting interested in modern Magic, which has been so long. Where did that tank? It was Eternal Masters, right? That's what destroyed that market? What was that, 10 years ago? And there are signs of life. And people are buying 4 sets. I'm watching how views on Modern have been growing. Something a little different. Maybe one day we'll get somewhere with these. Enjoy your day.